Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ready, Set, Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend, Skyler.
What's up?
This week in the news, we got some news about the God of War show and the Batman 2. We have new announcements from Power Rangers and Total War, a rumor about the next Fallout game, and Netflix is gonna try and buy Warner Brothers. But before we get into all of that, Skyler, what's been going on with you this week?
I regret to inform everyone that I have failed to live up to my expectations. I did not see a new movie this week.
Oh my god.
Even though there's a bunch of movies that I should be going to check out. Like I haven't seen Wicked 2 yet. And I like the first Wicked, so I need to go see that. And there's other things like Zootopia 2 just came out. Although I don't know if I'm going to hit that one in theaters. I might just wait for it because, grown man in theater full of children.
Yeah, that one's questionable.
However, I may not have watched a new movie, but I have been watching some television.
Oh my god. You never
That's
do that.
right. That's right, everybody. A new show that everyone's been clamoring to watch. Everyone's talking about it. Big conversation in the ether right now, so I figured I might as well join the conversation. That's right. I watched The Chair Company. Actually, I'm watching The Chair Company. I'm not actually done with it yet. I'm like halfway done with the season. See what I did there was it was like, is he gonna say Stranger Things? And the answer is no.
No, I knew that you were not gonna. Well, maybe the audience. I knew you were not gonna say Stranger Things. There was no shot.
You know what? Okay, to give the Stranger Things epidemic its due, it's obviously a huge thing in the cultural zeitgeist right now, and like I think the final episode's going to theaters, right? That's happening. Did we talk about that?
Yes.
But
yeah.
I do think I am going to binge the show, the seasons I've watched and the seasons that I have not watched. I'm want to like just shotgun it, and then I can be part of the conversation when the latter half of the final season happens, which is very soon. So I got to crack on that. But no, The Chair Company, it's the new Tim Robinson show, and the season just aired its finale, which I'm like 3 episodes out from. And it's just absurdist. It's a comedy, like thriller noir mystery type thing.
Right.
Where he's trying to uncover this weird conspiracy that he thinks is happening, but also he and everyone in the world is very quirky and stupid. And it's just outlandish and very funny. It was recommended to me by our friend Abrar, who has messaged me like every week since the show started. Like, you watched The Chair Company yet? You watched The Chair Company yet?
I was going to say, what did he do different than all the times I've recommended you shows? And it was annoy you.
Yeah. Well, I guess Tim Robinson had his movie Friendship come out earlier the year where he and Paul Rudd. It's very much the same tone of his very specific style of comedy, and I liked that. I thought it was quite funny, so I was sure, I'll do this.
Have you watched I Think You Should Leave?
I have not. I mean, I've seen odd sketches and clips from it, but I haven't like sat down and put it on.
I think that's like kind of what his breakout thing was. It was the first time I knew who he was.
Yeah. Well, I think he was a writer on various things. He might have been a writer on SNL.
I would have guessed that, but I don't know it.
We'll have to get him on the show and interview him and ask him
honestly
everything about his life.
Let's do it. Just shoot him a text.
Tim Robinson, you don't need to hear this from me, but you're a very funny man.
Yeah, and he also might be insane, but
who isn't?
I do think it's really funny the number of huge shows that are out right now and like currently airing right now. And you have not chosen wrong. It's a good show from what I've heard. Because as it turns out, as you were describing it, I remember that I have actually heard of it a little bit. But that with all of the big shows out right now, you've chosen to watch the Hot Dog Guy show.
Yeah. I am staying up to date with Welcome to Derry.
Oh,
still pretty solid. And no, I haven't watched Alien Earth. No, I still haven't watched Andor. Sorry.
That's crazy. That's like years away old.
I know.
We're living Andor right now.
Oh yeah, well maybe that's why I'm not watching it.
Yeah, but like
open my door.
But like
Andor's
they're good.
Happening.
It's good.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'll make a list. We'll keep a list put up on the wall here in the RSR studios.
Right. When we hit 1,000 viewers or subscribers, at least on YouTube, and actually get a real studio space, I will put up a I will put up a big board of shit you need to watch. And you can do the same thing for me for movies, probably.
Didn't I believe I have already said that we need to hit 1,000 before I ever watch the Minecraft movie. So there's that one already.
Yeah, put that at the top of the list. That one will take 2 hours or whatever. So that'll be fast.
So it's really in the people's hands if I watch.
We're getting close to 100. I don't know if you've seen. We're at 88. I think we can hit 100 by the end of the year. And with your help, audience, please share. We need 12 subscribers. Log in on your grandma's TV and subscribe her to the channel. She'll never know. She doesn't even have to watch. I don't care. I just want to see 3 digits next to subscribers.
Yeah. Any grannies out there that want to watch The Chair Company? You'll definitely think it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. You won't be put out by it at all.
You don't watch The Chair Company. Instead, subscribe to if the choice is watch The Chair Company or subscribe to Ready Set Replay, choose subscribe to Ready Set Replay.
Oh, I think we're fighting an uphill battle there, but
no,
let's go for it.
I would hazard to guess that a large number of the people watching this are not familiar with The Chair Company because it is a pretty niche show.
Someone leave a comment.
Yeah, is that your week?
Leave one right now. Well, I also, how McDonald's has that Grinch meal?
No.
You don't know about the Grinch meal?
I've never thought of eating the Grinch.
So there's a Grinch thing. There's a Grinch gimmick at McDonald's where they give you a little box, like a Happy Meal box, but it's green. And then I think you can get like a 10-piece nugget or something else. I don't know. But then they give you this Grinch salt.
Huh?
It's green salt.
Oh.
And let me tell you, it's pickle. That's what the green is. It's very pickly. And I was like, I'm not eating that. I mean, I like pickles, but sometimes it's too much.
Is this like level with the Grimace shake that kills you, or what's the deal?
I think if you drink the Grimace shake, or if you drank it, because it's no longer available, if you drank the Grimace shake, he would show up and assault you.
Yes, yeah, and you would die. It was like watching The Ring.
No, the Grinch meal doesn't do that. You just get very pickly salt for your fries, and then instead of a toy, like there's a toy in Happy Meals, he gives you socks.
Why the fuck would I want socks?
Well, I have a pair of Grinch McDonald's socks now.
Do they fit adult feet?
I wore them. I put them on my feet. I was like, yeah, look at that.
Right.
A little snug.
But you famously have like really tiny feet. You're walking around around on little pegs.
No.
When you walk, it makes that noise that Mr. Krabs makes when he walks.
We are not starting this. We're not starting the Skyler has tiny feet. That's not true. Regular human-sized feet. And no, I will not be posting pictures to prove it.
Unless we hit 1,000 subscribers.
No,
If we hit 1,000 subscribers by my birthday 2026.
That's 100,000 goal.
Okay.
You get 100,000 subs and then the feet come out.
Okay.
But you got to post yours too.
For 100,000 subscribers, I will.
That's the best way that you could tell what size they are. We compare them.
Right.
We have to touch feet. This is crass.
Hey, that just got us a subscriber though. Think about that.
If I wake up in the morning and we got one extra sub, I know what you're up to. I know what you're doing.
So anyway, my week is really dictated by 2 shows. Number 1 is I have watched all of the currently available episodes of an anime called Gachiakuta, not to be confused with Goku Rakugai, which are both 2 words that start with G and are impronounceable by American human mouths. Right. I think I've talked about Gachiakuta on the show at one point because I'd watched the first 3 or 4 episodes like a month ago or something. Right. And I've now caught up to 21. There's going to be 24 in the season. So we're in there. We're down to the bottom hour here. Really good. I don't know if it's the best anime of the current season or what. I know that it's been pretty popular. It's at the top of Crunchyroll every time I turn it on, even outside of the recently watched thing, obviously. So it must be doing something. And it's really interesting. So I don't remember what I've said about it on the show already, so I'll just recap it real fast. It's about this guy who lived on a floating island where everything was the island was like split in half, and it was like the haves and the have-nots, and he was on the have-nots, and he like snuck over onto the rich people side to steal trash because they just throw it off the side of the island to get rid of it. And he's like, oh well, some of that stuff's very usable, especially for us poor people. So he went over there and stole some stuff, and they caught him, and they throw him off the island. And when he lands on the earth below, he finds out like, oh, there's this whole like society down here, and also down here it's an anime, and we all got superpowers, where it's all based on all of the people who have powers are called givers because they have like an item that means a lot to them that they've sort of like invested a lot of like energy into, and it's become this like legendary weapon for them. It sort of plays on that Japanese yokai theory of like, if you have an item and you take care of it for years and years and years, eventually it will grow a soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like one of the main characters, his weapon is like an umbrella, and there's another girl who hers is a pair of scissors, and just like things like that, right? Just like random junk. But the things that they do with that stuff is, first of all, super anime and really interesting in some cases. Like there's a guy who his is just like a stick. Okay. And the whole reason that he has it is because he thought that he was being tested when he was like being given a bunch of like, they did the thing. He worked at like a military school basically. And they were doing the thing where it's like, choose your weapon. And there was like all these really nice pristine ones. And he thought it was like, choosing the Holy Grail or whatever. So he grabbed a stick, and they're like, we didn't even mean to put that in there. Actually, that's just a stick. And he's like, well, guess I'll make this my whole personality.
Yeah, you have to.
Or like there's another guy who his is like a prosthetic arm, or there's a guy where it's like his bandana. Like it's just the most random stuff, but it ends up being really, really cool and unique. And I really like it. We're getting to a point where in these last couple episodes where there's some really exciting stuff happening, and it's gone in a couple episodes some really dark places that I wasn't expecting. Because I feel like you watch an anime like this and you do sort of expect people to die, but you don't expect some of the other shit that happened. So damn, really, really good.
Very cool. Along the same vein in the anime wheelhouse, you did remind me that I'm not done, but I started watching more Dan
Okay.
season 2, and that's just such a good show.
It's great. It's real good.
It's such a great show. There's just great comedic, great wholesomeness, and then just the absolute gut punch every once in a while.
Right. I actually still haven't watched any of it. I've read the first 6 volumes, but I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, I read about where season 1 ends, and then I had watched season 1, and then I hadn't gotten around to season 2 yet, and then started watching it now. So you would have read to the point, those there's like those musicians that show up to help do exorcism. Does that happen in the manga?
In the manga. Yeah, they're like the rock guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to them, they show up, and in the English dub, the lead singer is both voiced and then does the singing. It's the lead vocalist from Dragon Force.
No way.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It is cool. It's super cool.
That's awesome.
It's a great show. I really love it.
I'll definitely watch it.
If you gun to my head right now said like name your top 5 anime, Dan's making the list.
That's fair. You haven't watched a ton of anime, but even I still think that's a fair answer. Like it's a really good one.
It's a limited pool. Obviously, biased One Piece would go.
Right, you're going One Piece. You're going Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop's like number 1.
Have you watched Death Note, or did you just watch the live action?
Yeah, I watched. Hey.
Well, I only watched the live action because you made me watch it. You son of a bitch.
I've watched the real Death Note. It's good.
And then I have no idea what number 5 would be, because those are quite literally the only 4 I've known you to watch other than like Pokemon, and I don't know that you would put that on there.
I'd say Konosuba.
That's right, Konosuba. You have watched that.
It's like if you had to pick one isekai, that's the one.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of ones that are like not actually isekais that I feel like you could qualify as an isekai though.
It's so much of the same in that genre of like I got hit by a truck and now I'm a brine shrimp. Like, okay, that's great.
Right. Well, because like Inuyasha's a isekai.
I've never watched Inuyasha.
No, but
Our friend,
you've been close enough to it.
yeah, our friend Steven radiates Inuyasha just by his aura, so it's a little bit of osmosis, I
Right.
suppose.
He has two auras, and one is slightly larger than the other. One is the aura of Inuyasha influence, and the other one is the scent of nacho cheese.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Taco Bell specifically.
Specifically, yeah. I just went to Taco Bell today for dinner, and they were like, "Do you want the nacho sauce?" And I said, "No, I don't." I don't know if that's a hot take, but it tastes like plastic to me.
It has its place. That's it. That's all I'll say.
Anyway, to get back to my week, I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
Literally one more thing. One more episode. The
Oh.
first episode of Stranger Things. I've only watched the first episode.
Oh.
I'm trying to drag it out because I'm wanting to sort of enjoy it a little bit more. Plus, I had to wait like several days before I could watch it because my internet was out for like 3 days over the Thanksgiving break for no reason.
That's right.
Which, get your shit together, Airwave. Like, what are we doing? So I've only watched the first episode, and let me tell you, we're so back, baby. We're so back.
Is that a fact?
It's so good. I'm really loving it so far. Granted, I think the first drop was like 4 episodes, and each of the episodes is at least an hour long.
Almost feature length, or it becomes feature length the further you go.
I think technically the shortest one is like 57 minutes. The first one's like an hour and a half. I think the third one's like an hour 50. So yeah, it's all over the place, but they're all super long. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. Unfortunately, I did get spoiled on a character who dies because the internet could not keep their fucking hands to themselves and stop posting pictures of this character in full "I just died" makeup.
I think you alluded to that last time.
Yeah, it's on. They posted on Discussing Film, which is supposed to be safe. Be better, Discussing Film. You're where people go to learn things, not spoil things.
Discussing Film. Come on.
It's really good. It has reminded me of 2 things about the show, which is the best characters are Nancy and Steve, and the worst character is Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown is the worst part of that show, and unfortunately, she is objectively the main character.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to. I don't want to throw stones because I've already made it clear that I haven't watched for a long time. Although I will. This is a commitment I'm making now. I'm gonna watch it so that we can talk about it by the time that the series is like done.
Yeah, we'll probably do a rewatch on it at some point.
Sure, maybe we can even go see the final thing in theaters if that's happening.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. But and she's quite a bit younger than us, I believe. She's like a Gen Z, I think.
She is Gen Z, but we only missed Gen Z by like 4 years. I actually don't think she's that much younger than us. I want to say she's like 25.
I do. You know what? This ties into something you made fun of me for last week. My obsession with Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
There is a
I wasn't making fun of you. Well, maybe a little bit.
There is a season of Hell's Kitchen where they're doing some like a kids event service where you have to serve all these kids. These kids are here. And there's like a walk up, like make your own, I don't remember, pizza bar, something like that. And there's a shot of one of the cooks in the serving room, like helping set this thing up. And this little kid walks up, and it's her before she was famous. Just a little kid, Millie Bobby Brown. And she's like, "My name's Millie. Hello. Nice to meet you." And they're like, "Well, nice to meet you, little Millie Bobby Brown. You're going to be in a Godzilla movie one day, I think." And she's like, "Oh." This was a pointless side story.
No, it's cute though. She, I don't know if she's a bad actress. She's not.
No, she is.
She's not. I've not seen almost anything else with her in it. I watched that one Godzilla movie that she was in. Mm-hmm. I haven't watched Enola Holmes or any of that shit. I don't know. For all I know, she's acceptable other places. In Stranger Things, she is not. And that's unfortunately kind of stands out at this point because everyone else has really, really elevated, with maybe the other exception being Gaten, what's his last name? Matanzaro or something, the guy who plays Dustin. He's also Gaten, like kind of mediocre, but he's fine in comparison. But when you look at people like Lucas, who I forget his actor's name, or like Finn Wolfhard or Natalie Dyer, they've all, especially since the beginning of the show, really stepped it up. Like they're excellent now. And Millie has not changed. 11 is the same level of quality that she has been since season 1, and I feel like in season 1 she got away with it more.
Yeah, because she's a kid.
But now we're 5 seasons in, and the like, I'm a girl from a lab, I don't know how to talk thing doesn't work for me anymore. It's like, you've been in the real world for a minute, like you've got a boyfriend, figure it out.
I'll be able to give an in-depth review when I actually watch the newer stuff, but when you said you haven't watched a whole lot of stuff that she's in, Well, I think neither has she, because she famously, like a couple years ago, was like, I don't really watch movies. I like TikTok, like that kind of thing. That kind of
Yeah.
like generic, like kids have no attention span thing. It's literally her. She's the poster child for it. So
Yeah. I will say I did look it up while we were talking. She's not 25, she's 21, so she is quite a bit younger than us. But I
that's
thought she was older.
basically an infant.
I thought she was older because I'm pretty sure she's married now.
Right. She married
Because her name's
someone.
different. Like she's not Millie. I mean, I think she's still billed as Millie Bobby Brown, but I think she has a different name now. I remember seeing that somewhere.
She should get better.
Oh,
She's gonna keep being an actress.
Her name is Millie Bonnie Bongiovi. Not kidding. That's her real name.
That's like a Harry Potter spell.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But anyway, Stranger Things. So I'm only one episode in. There's 4 episodes out. So somebody may have already watched further than me, and the next 3 episodes might be ass. So far, I'm loving it.
Leave a spoiler in the comments.
Yeah, tell me everyone who dies. I already know one of them. Thanks, discussing film, you bastards.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, that's fun. You know what? One more thing that happened.
Okay.
Want to give a special shout out to your boys,
My boys.
the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
We had a big old football matchup on Thursday Night Football. Detroit Lions versus the Dallas Cowboys, who we do not support in this house. But it was the way the season is shook up. It's literally like, here's a team that everyone expected a lot of in the Lions, and here's a team that nobody expected anything of, the Cowboys. And we've hit like a ship's passing in the night. Both these teams really need to win this matchup to kind of like save their seasons, kind of
make it to the playoffs, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was this narrative like, do the Lions have what it takes, like they did last year, and can the Cowboys continue this like shocking run where they in 2 back-to-back weeks have knocked off the Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the other team in the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
And now
the Chiefs are not exactly chiefing it up this year.
No, they're doo-doo butt. But can they prove everybody wrong and go? And the answer was no. The Cowboys are frauds.
Right.
And
I won't.
The Lions handled it easily.
I won't say I hate the Cowboys. There's a lot of people I know who are Cowboys fans, and I'm happy when they do well, unless they're playing the Lions. I was thrilled to watch them get their ass beat this week.
Of course.
The Lions needed a win. They haven't had a great season. It's been a lot of like topsy-turvy stuff with their new coordinators and some people getting injured, like Laporta got hurt. It's been a mess. Yeah. So we needed it, and I'm glad we got it. Ugh.
Do I hate the Cowboys? I guess not technically. I don't like Jerry Jones.
That's fine. And here's the thing, neither do Cowboys fans.
I would very much like to be able to be okay with the Cowboys because as someone who lives in North Texas, I would like to be able to go to football games, but I just refuse to support them.
It's honestly not even that the team is bad that makes that a problem. It's that the tickets are $400.
Yeah, Jerry.
That's the real issue. But you know something that I haven't decided if I'm happy to have yet? Is this new God of War show. We got some details about that this week.
Right.
So it's a God of War show coming from Amazon, which is possibly a good sign. I think Amazon, by and large, has done well with their like big property shows. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm thinking about like Rings of Power, Invincible, those sort of things, and or the Boys, Fallout. So this is probably going to be pretty good. It's got some red flags for me. It's got some green flags. It's got some red flags. I think it takes place in the Norse era games, which means we're just riding the hype of the new games, which I understand, but it's like a little disappointing because I feel like the story of those ones has been very straightforward and basic. It's literally just like, I need my son to love me, sort of. But green flag, it's got the same director as that show Shogun that I haven't watched, but is apparently really good. So that's something.
That's another show. Put that on the list. That's another show.
We got to put it on both of our lists. On the red flag side, it's already been greenlit for 2 seasons. And I don't know if you, even with both games, I don't know if you're spreading that shit over like 20 episodes. And the first season's already been greenlit for 10 episodes, so we have to assume the second one's also 10.
Probably about 10.
Just not a ton happens in that game. It really is, you walk from one place to another, you fight a guy, you go home. Like, that's the game. There's some other stuff that happens in there. Like, I'm being, reductive, but not a lot.
Yeah, this one's kind of a question mark to me. I guess the biggest flag, I don't know if I'm gonna call it a red flag. Let's call it like a yellow flag.
Sure. The fence sitter's flag.
Because I'm gonna compare it to another show that, hey, guess what? I haven't watched.
Sure.
Everything about how they've described it, we're going to emulate the tone of the game. We're basing it off of this game, kind of specifically. We've got 2 seasons coming up. It sounds exactly like what The Last of Us did, which, granted, not Amazon, that's HBO, but still.
True. And The Last of Us, like, season 1 of that, I thought was really good. And then season 2, I was like, this is bad in all the same ways that the game was, but also in new ways, which is interesting. So, I don't know. I will say the thing that brought this to the news is that they've apparently started casting for it. So I guess we're going to get new information about, hopefully, like, really the only big key players we need to hear about for the first game are probably Kratos, Atreus, and Freya. Like, those are going to be the big ones. There's also, like, the head guy whose name I don't remember right now. Or, like, I don't know, Baldur, one of the worst video game villains of all time, Baldur. And that's like every character. That's all of them. So,
yeah, other than we fight some elves or we fight some
I don't even remember
giants.
if any of them had names. I don't think they did.
We didn't fight giants. We were looking for giants.
Right. We fought a lot of trolls that looked like giants, but were not giants. But yeah, so I'm sure it'll be good. Like, I don't think there's any world where this show comes out and it's like embarrassing.
No, I think we're past that. I mean, Halo was kind of embarrassing, but not budgetarily, right? So
yeah, that one looked good. Really, the only video game show that's been like actively fully embarrassing is the Twisted Metal show. That show's ass. That's a terrible show. Don't watch that show.
What if there's more? People keep watching it.
I genuinely have to assume it's because there is nothing else on Peacock.
That's not true. I've been watching a show on Peacock.
Name one other show on Peacock.
The George Lopez show?
You son of a bitch. It's fair, I guess. But like new shows, original content. There can't be that many. I haven't heard like anything.
No.
Well, not a whole lot to say about it. There's not even really anything to speculate unless you wanted to like fan cast somebody right now. I don't know that that's
Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland as Atreus.
Kratos.
Oh.
Nope. No. You thought. You really thought.
I did. Tom Holland as Atreus and Timothée Chalamet as Kratos.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go. And Zendaya as Freya. There we go. We've done the whole thing. Jack Black is the head.
Jack Black is but instead of a head, it's a butt.
But it's a butt. It's Jablinski's butt.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. It'll be good. I'm excited for it. Another thing that we got some news about that I'm excited for is the Batman 2. We got some not casting news per se, but evidently Scarlett Johansson
is official speculation.
Well, we know it's happening. It's just not. She hasn't been cast yet.
She's not officially put pen to paper.
In talks to star in the Batman 2, which has thrown a lot of people up in the air about like, well, who's she playing? Could she be Poison Ivy? I have to assume that's just because her most popular pop culture role was a redhead. Is she going to be a recast Catwoman? Was one that somebody said. I don't think that's likely.
Why would we bother?
The biggest fan theory right now is that she's going to be I don't know the character's name, but Phantasm. Because we know from the casting
Andrea Beaumont.
Yeah. Okay, that is correct. I
know things sometimes.
We know that apparently, according to the casting, she is going to be a love interest for Bruce because Catwoman's not in this one. So that could fit, but at the same time, he's had like a lot of love interests in the comics over the years, and it wouldn't be out of place for them to just invent a new one also. So who knows, really? But if she is Phantasm Andrea Beaumont, that'd be pretty fucking cool, actually. I'd be really okay with that.
If this became a live-action Mask of the Phantasm movie, which you think they would fold more mystery Arkham inmate into it, played by Barry Keoghan?
No, absolutely not. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
He's part of the Phantasm movie.
We do know but they said that that's not Joker, so it doesn't count.
Well, we don't know who it is really.
It could be anybody except the Joker. Because the plot of the animated movie Mask of the Phantasm, where the character got her start, I believe, was that she was going around and killing other crime bosses. And unfortunately, we really only know one of those who isn't already dead. So I don't think it would be a good day for old Ozzy.
The penguin, yeah.
Yeah. I think if this does turn out to be true, he might not die. He's not coming out the other side happy about it.
Having a rough go of it.
Yeah, which, to be fair, has been every second of every other movie, show, anything that he's been on screen for. So,
yeah,
the man has suffered and will suffer again.
Yeah, when this got posted, I won't out who said it because it's silly, but they were like, "Who could she be? Is she Batgirl or Batwoman?" And I'm like, my response was, "Can't she? She could just be a lady.
She could just be a
also,
lady. Yeah,
she could just be like an actual woman, maybe like a new DA or DA's assistant or something."
Yeah, I would be totally fine with her being a Batgirl or a Batwoman. I historically have not loved Bruce and Barbara as a couple, but it has happened a lot. Yeah. And in this case, I'm pretty sure Scarlett Johansson is older than Cedric Diggory, so it should be fine. Like, it'd be less weird here, I guess.
No. She doesn't have to be Barb. See, people keep getting hung up on the red hair. She has blonde hair, too, sometimes.
She has blonde hair in real life.
And when she was Ghost in the Shell, she had black hair.
Right, so she doesn't even have to play a white woman.
No, well, wait.
She could be Vixen.
Wait a minute.
She could be Talia al Ghul.
I would like to go on the record that Scarlett Johansson should probably play a white woman if she's going to be in this movie.
Impossible to say. Hollywood has made choices.
Okay.
I think she's going to play Harriet Tubman. Famous Bruce Wayne love interest.
Could be. Anything can happen in comic books.
Hey, this is completely unrelated. I recently found out, and did you know this? Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad used owl calls to like let people know when it was safe to run away.
That makes sense.
That was really cool. I just saw that the other day, and I fact checked it because I saw it on the internet, and so you got to double check these days.
So if the Underground Railroad had a mascot, it would be an owl conductor.
True. It would be Harriet. It would be an owl dressed as Harriet Tubman.
Oh, and I was just thinking of a train conductor.
Oh, yeah, that could work too. Anyway, so I think the movie, we already knew the movie was going to be good. Everyone attached to it is really great. We love, I don't know why I keep wanting to say Patton Oswalt, Robert Pattinson.
There it is. Yeah.
We love him. We love the casting that they've done in the past. It's all been great. The second I walked out of The Batman, I knew that The Batman 2 was going to be great. So I don't even care really who she plays, but if it is Phantasm,
this is something to keep an eye on.
Scream.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing that hasn't been said by us, anyways, I can't imagine it hasn't been said elsewhere, is if she's a love interest. Well, another famous Batman love interest is Talia al Ghul.
Correct.
Do you think we could be going that route, considering that we kind of already went that route in the Nolan movies a little bit?
It's definitely possible, because Talia al Ghul is definitely one of his more dark love interests, and I feel like that's sort of the direction that the Batman was going. I don't necessarily see it, but it could happen. I mean, Talia al Ghul, not a white woman, but passing, so maybe.
It would be super weird though, right? If we did do that. There's complete speculation time. If she was Talia al Ghul, and then it led to like, here's how we introduce Robin into this, is we get a Damian. When that's what the other Batman
that's what the
DCU
one is going to be. Yeah, so maybe that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that we know for sure is whoever she plays, it's going to be an important character. Because the thing says to star, and also, it's Scarlett Johansson. You're not paying Scarlett Johansson to be a background character.
Yeah, she's not going to, be...
So, whatever she's going to do, it's going to be real important to the movie, which I'm fine with. I think she gets kind of a bad rap. I do think she is a good actress.
She's very good.
So I think
I think if she gets a bad rap, it's because she's always doing the Hollywood one for her, one for them type thing,
right?
Where it's just like, I'll do an Oscar performance, like a Marriage Story, and then I'll do a Ghost in the Shell or a Jurassic World 4 Jurassic World, and I think her track record on the one for them just is not very good. She She doesn't really read the fine print on quality, but that's because the check is so big. So who's to blame her?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, wow, I'm not going to tell her how to live her life.
Nah, she's good. I trust her
for sure. So we got some pretty big news for a very small audience, and that audience is me. We got new news about the future of the Total War franchise, the video game Total War franchise. And it's, for those of us who are in the community, pretty fucking exciting.
What is this
We're
news?
happy. So we got 2.5 announcements. The first announcement is one of the next big expansions for the current Total War fantasy game, which is Warhammer Total War 3. So it's in the Warhammer universe, but the fantasy Warhammer, not 40K.
Cool.
Because this is the last one in the trilogy that they're making in this franchise, they're doing the thing that most people didn't like when they did it on the tabletop, but I think will be fine here, is they're doing the end times, which is the fucking apocalypse. And so they've just announced the one of 4 new legendary lords, basically playable characters, that we're going to get. And it's this guy called Nagash, who is this crazy, like, skeleton necromancer guy. And it seems like his mechanic is going to be that he combines the factions of all the other undead guys. So the Vampire Coast, the Vampire, which are vampire pirates, the Vampire Counts, which are just vampires, and the Tomb Kings, which are like pharaoh skeletons.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, they're really cool. So I'm down, and I don't know really anything about end times. That part of the lore was never really interesting to me, so I don't know who the other 4 or other 3, I guess, could possibly be. But I do know it's going to be really exciting. People are popping off about it. But they also announced their next historical game, which I think has people even more excited because it's the sequel to the Total War Medieval. It's going to be Medieval 3, not to be confused with the bad one with Sir Daniel Fortescue that we played for replay.
Wait, no, that was 2.
Right, but the franchise.
Medieval 2. But is this Medieval?
This is a Total War game that takes place in, like, medieval Europe.
Yeah, whenever I looked up Medieval 2 for the Medieval 2 we played, it gave me that Medieval 2.
Right, because it's a better game. It's one of the more popular ones in the franchise is Medieval 2 specifically. I think it's like that, Rome 2, or like if you're me, I prefer the Total War ones because the Warhammer ones because I think they're fun. I like having magic and monsters and stuff. I think that's cool. But those 2 are like the really big ones for the historical fans. So 3 is going to be really big. They're making a whole new engine for the bitch, so it's going to look really good. But fear not, fantasy fans, because they've also said that the next game in the fantasy category, they go back and forth, sort of a one for them, one for us, like Scarlett Johansson, is going to be announced at the Game Awards. Ooh. And we have speculation that it's basically going to be one of 2 things, which is either, here's one for you, Warhammer 40K, because they've already got that relationship, and people have been asking for that for a long time. But the more concrete rumors have been that it might be Star Wars.
That's also pretty big.
Also, yes, it'd be huge. They are calling it their most ambitious one yet, which I also feel like is kind of just a thing you would say when you're announcing a new game. You're not going to be like, and this one, real small. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't expect much. We're taking it easy.
This one, small penis. You're not
really phoning this one in.
Yeah. This one, we're reusing every asset from before. Not a single new thing. $60, please. $80 if you're nasty.
What is this, Madden?
Yeah, honestly. But so we're really excited about that. It does sort of take a little bit of the excitement out of just seeing the announcement at the Game Awards, which, by the way, this is like the 3rd or 4th big announcement that has just basically leaked for the Game Awards this year. That thing's a sieve.
Announcement of the announcement.
Yeah, like we already also know that they're going to announce the Silent Hill 1 remake and that there's going to be a trailer for that game Soros that no one remembers existed, but it's a sequel to that other game Returnal that no one cared about. So pretty cool. But those are probably going to be like the bigger ones that get announced. So it is not great because that's, you know, a really big remake, a PlayStation first party game, and then, well, I guess the Total War one it's just for a specific community that I'm in there. So maybe that one's not that big, but pretty excited about it. I think weirdly, and you're not going to like this, I think I would prefer the Star Wars one.
No, I mean, no, I get it, and that fits the ambitious thing more than Like, we already do Warhammer. We're just doing a different
We're doing
Warhammer.
this Warhammer, but in space.
It is more ambitious to have like a huge, cool Star Wars crossover, and I
Yeah.
think Star Wars would fit this really well.
Oh, for
It'd be
sure.
really cool.
I'd be interested to see what time period it takes place in. If they do it the same way they did the Total War Warhammer Fantasy ones, then they'll announce the first one, but then in like a blog post afterwards, they'll be like, it's going to be a trilogy, and each one will be like a different period. So it'll be like,
That'd be cool.
prequels, original series, the sequels.
That would be neat.
Which of those I'd weirdly probably be most excited for the prequel ones, because I feel like that would have the most interesting factions, right? Because you're gonna get your clones and your droids and shit.
We grew up in a very specific time where we understand and agree that the prequels are very shitty movies.
Right, they're bad. However,
that being said, we also grew up in the era of like PlayStation Battlefront 1 and 2, and therefore the clones and the droids are the coolest guys ever, and we love them,
right,
and we'll never not love them. So yeah, give me that. Give me that one.
Right. And I also feel like, honestly, I would start with the prequel ones, which I guess makes sense chronologically anyway, because like Total War Clone Wars writes itself. Like, you were in there, baby. You get the droids, you get your guys, you can have, I mean, I don't know how far you're going to go with the different factions. I imagine it'll probably be the same thing of like specific legendary lords that they do with Total War. So you might be like, this is the Mace Windu faction, this is the Kit Fisto faction, or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Instead of we're the clones, you know what I mean? So you'd be like, we're all Republic, but we're the 501st. We're the whatever the fuck Obi-Wan's guys are called, with the orange ones.
There could be like a just clone faction, and then a clone led by Jedi faction.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
And then obviously similar thing on the Sith and droid side. Whenever you get to having to break down factions in Star Wars, the crime syndicates always come into it.
Absolutely, crime syndicate will probably be a thing. Although in a Total War style game where you're moving entire squads of people, I'm not sure what that looks like from a crime syndicate side.
Same thing as the tabletop game. They have a tabletop war game where the crime guys are the same thing. Like Darth Maul just leads a bunch of goons and goobers and whatever.
If it is that, I'm excited. Whatever, I will deal with it. If we're only got two factions and it's good guys, bad guys, I'll be like a little disappointed, but it's fine. If they do the Legendary Lord thing, that's probably more what I want, but I also have no idea how they'll break it up. But that's not my job.
You know what?
I'll just be happy to have it.
I'm on board with the Star Wars thing. I know that I people may get this impression of me that I hate Star Wars, and that's because I keep saying that I do. But when Star Wars is good, it's one of my favorite things. I grew up with it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you just make it good is the thing.
And to be clear, are there franchises I would rather have? Yes, 100%. I would much rather have Lord of the Rings. I would much rather have Game of Thrones. Like, those are two that I've been throwing around in my own breadbasket long time.
Are we going to get those? Probably not. Game that's coming, right? It's,
I think it might already be out, or like maybe it's being like tested or something. But I've seen models for it.
I remember that they were saying that it was maybe not super good. Maybe, I don't know.
Are we talking about the tabletop like physical one, or are we talking about a different RTS in Game of Thrones? Because I think both exist.
They just announced the RTS this year.
The RTS is going to be bad. Yeah, no, I thought you meant the tabletop game.
Oh no, that I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, no, that the RTS is going to be ass. It's being made by a team that makes really bad RTSs. So, now, could it be their first good one? Sure. Will it be? Probably not. But we'll see. Anyway, that one was maybe just for me. But hey, here's one that's not for me at all. Disney has announced, not directly, but sort of, have announced that they're making a new live-action Power Rangers series being made by Dan Schatz and Jonathan E. Steinberg, who apparently are both attached to the Percy Jackson show right now to some extent. And all we know about it is that it's going to be live action and made for Disney Plus. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are really excited about this. Will it be good? Who knows?
But for sure, there's going to be people that are excited. For sure, there's going to be people who are skeptical.
Right.
For sure, there's going to be people who are mad. And I don't know enough about it to say whether that's warranted or not.
Yeah.
My knowledge and experience with Power Rangers really only comes from the amount of Mighty Morphin that I watched, not even as a kid, but as like a teenager.
Right, yesterday.
But we do have many friends, many close friends that are like so very obsessed with Power Rangers.
Right, specifically
and I'm saying that I'm saying that non-derogatorily.
Yeah,
But
you're allowed to have things that you like.
let's see. Let's see. I just kind of picture this as being like Power Rangers is on a different channel now. Like that's happened before where it's jumped
Right.
around. It's
Well,
been
but this
this
one's going to be
person's
a
owned it, this
little
person's owned it.
different because I feel like all for people who don't know, which all previous, I think, Power Rangers ones except maybe one or two have just been we took the Japanese Sentai show and make it American. So like all of the fight scenes are just the Japanese people doing flips and shit.
Yeah, but now we're out of that.
This one, yeah, well because Japanese Sentai is ending.
Yeah.
Or at least going on, he said like at least a decade long hiatus. So it's going to be gone for a minute. It's possible that they're adapting one that we didn't get over here yet. There's a bunch of those, but that feels unlikely the way that they're describing this. It feels a lot more like they're just going to be writing their own thing, or maybe it's a remake of one.
I wondered the possibility of that.
Could they just be rebooting Mighty Morphin?
I see both are equally likely.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one people would prefer. You'd have to imagine just starting a new thing would sound better because Mighty Morphin happened and then, we had that 2017 movie that was like, this is the Mighty Morphin crew, but we're a movie,
donuts.
so it's real now. We got Krispy Kreme donuts. I guess that's a good question of like, would people prefer we just started a new Power Rangers show with a more serious modern tone?
Mm-hmm.
Because Power Rangers has always been skewed like for kids, which nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But like, if this is like a high budget, similar in the vein of Percy Jackson, where it's just like it's young adult stuff, but if you're a 25-year-old who likes young adult stuff, you'll vibe with this too.
Sure, absolutely.
Would people prefer that we continue with a new crew of kids that like homages everything that's come before it,
right?
Or we do what is essentially a television version of an HD remake, where it's just like here's the old story, but you could take it more seriously now, quote unquote. Again, non-derogatory to the old stuff because that's
for sure. I think if you asked general Power Rangers fans, they would say that they would prefer a new one. I think if you asked our friends who are Power Rangers fans, they would say let it die. And if you asked the people making it, they would say we're just going to do Mighty Morphin again because that was the big one that made money.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Honestly, if I had to put money on it, I would bet that it's going to be a Mighty Morphin reboot. I don't feel super strong about it, but that's where my money would go.
It feels like a relative safe bet. So we'll see what happens.
Another thing that we got to wait and see what's going to happen with is the next Fallout game. We've talked about a lot of rumors of the next Fallout game. This one I think is potentially the most substantial. So this guy, Tim Kaine, who was the original creator of Fallout. He was the guy behind Fallout 1 and 2 before they were owned by Bethesda. So basically kind of before they were the games that me and you know of when we think of Fallout. But still certainly where a lot of the identity of what Fallout is comes from. He had sort of retired in like 2019. He stuck around a little bit in like a consulting role, which is basically like the same thing as a Legends contract in the WWE.
He had a YouTube channel where he was like, here's what it was like when I made games, and here's why when you make games like this, it's stupid. Right. If I remember correctly. I didn't watch a lot of it, but
I didn't watch any of it, but I feel like that's probably true.
Yeah.
He has come out of retirement and rejoined Obsidian Games, one of my favorite video game studios.
Wow.
And he said, don't try and guess what I'm making because you'll never be able to guess it, which is exactly what you would say if you were making exactly what we thought you were making.
Yeah.
And I will say, him coming back paired with Josh Sawyer, the director and writer for New Vegas, having just recently put out his most recent game. So he's free. Those two coming together at the same, like both being free at Obsidian at the same time, even if they're not making a Fallout game, means good things are coming. But I do feel like probably means they're making a Fallout.
This is where we're going to work ourselves to do a shoot, brother.
Well, we're not going to hear about it for years regardless. The guy just came out of retirement. But
of course. But it's like, all right. Now, he basically said don't expect Fallout. But as you said, that's what he would say.
That's 100% what he would
if he
say.
was gonna make a Fallout. But then also, what if he was serious? So,
right. Well,
where do we fall here?
I could see it going either way, but I don't see him coming out of retirement to do a sequel to Avowed or Outer Worlds 3. I just don't see that happening. He's not coming back for Grounded. So it is either, without a doubt, it is either a new Fallout or a new IP. And I'm kind of okay with either way. Obviously, I would prefer a Fallout game because it's been a fucking minute since we've had one. But I'd be okay if he did a new thing. But baby, it better be a Fallout game, baby.
Yeah. Would they bother bringing him out of retirement if it wasn't a new Fallout, but a modern remake, not isometric of like the first two Fallouts?
I wouldn't think so. It's possible. I wouldn't think so though, because I feel like that's exactly what his role already was as a consultant. You know what I mean? It's just being like, yeah, that looks okay. I feel like he's only coming out to like make a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if this culminates in a new, like a sequel to New Vegas, more or less,
right?
Which, I mean, that's got it. Like, New Vegas is in the dang show. The stocks are high. We're definitely going somewhere with that, right?
Yeah, you would have to assume so. I mean, they're definitely doing their own thing in the show to an extent. Like we've talked about this on previous episodes. So I don't know necessarily that it'd be like a tie-in to the show, although maybe some characters would cross over.
But it's just like I think more it's more along the lines of like everyone loves Fallout New Vegas, so we put New Vegas in the show, but now that New Vegas is in the show, all the people who didn't play the games before and are playing them now are clamoring for more New Vegas. So we need to get back in this area, back in this playground.
Historically speaking, Bethesda does East Coast and the old guys do West Coast. So I would be willing to bet it's a West Coast thing. That could mean anything. Could it be a New Vegas 2 literally? Sure. And I'd love that. But it could also be we're in LA, we're in San Francisco, we're in fucking Anaheim. I don't know. And all those things would be cool too. I'd be happy with literally anything. Give me content. I require sustenance. It's been, I think, 15 years. It feels like. It's been 400 years since I've received Fallout.
But again, have to cover the base, as you've already said. If this is just a new IP with all these like Hall of Famers from this company coming together and making something new, that's cool too.
That's also fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine with just a new thing. We've seen a lot of just new things do really well lately. Expedition 33. What's that other one? Metaphor Refantasio. Like, there's been a lot of like, we're trying new shit with RPGs lately. And if they want to try new shit, but with the old guys, I'm also down. I'm in. But, it is a Fallout though.
If I had to vote.
Yeah. If I've got stock in Obsidian, I'm saying, please make me a Fallout. Mm-hmm. If I'm a Microsoft shareholder and I'm looking at the success of the TV show and the lack of Fallout content anywhere other than 76, which granted is apparently printing a lot of money, I'm saying, what if we made more of these? What if we didn't wait until a decade from now when Bethesda is done with Elder Scrolls 6 to put out the next Fallout 5?
Please.
What if we did something about that?
Please.
I don't know. Here's hoping. Probably won't hear. I mean, there will be a new rumor about a new Fallout game every 3 to 4 months until one happens.
Yeah, and we're gonna start some of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making ones up.
Yeah.
So, any day now. But the big news of the week that we have to get to, because we're at about an hour on this recording, is we gotta talk about this WB buyout. This is the big news for sure.
This was a saga. Throughout the week, I kept just dropping in each update of this, like, okay, more's happening. Okay, more's happening. Okay, more's happening. So,
yeah, it's been a lot. So I think when last we checked in, we were in the middle of a bidding war, and we had a bunch of names being thrown around. It was Comcast, it was Paramount, it was Netflix, and it was Microsoft. Were like the four big ones that I kept hearing over and over again. Turns out the winner, Netflix. Am I happy about that? No. Is it the worst option? Also, no. The worst option would have been Paramount, and by like a fucking mile. So anyone other than them, I'm like still not happy about. But if I have to pick one, Netflix might be okay. in terms of like not killing the brand. However, this is like, I mean, and we'll talk about it. This is something that probably should not go through, like, at all. This is a problem for streaming services, for everything. Like, this would be a huge problem for the industry as a whole. They shouldn't have let the Disney Fox one go through, and they did. This is bigger than that. So,
and that's part of the story is we've got people fighting against it. But just as a recap, Warner Brothers was like, somebody come buy us, and Paramount was first at the door with roses and chocolates.
I think,
and Warner Brothers said, no, go away.
I think Paramount was at the door before it was opened. I'm pretty sure Paramount was knocking at the door saying, can Warner Brothers come out to play? And then they opened the door and they saw some other people out there with potentially more money, and they said, maybe. And then that conversation started.
And then, so yeah, Paramount showed up, and then Warner Brothers said, go away. And then Paramount went away and then came back with a bigger check. And Warner Brothers says,
absolutely not.
I'm really just not that into you.
Yeah.
Which, and then when it was getting closer that it was going to be definitely Netflix, where it was like, Netflix is now in exclusive talks with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Then it came out that Paramount was like, this isn't fair.
Yeah.
We think we got the shaft here.
Well, and do you know why they're saying that?
Why did they say it?
So, okay. First, I feel like I should throw out the actual detail here that so Netflix. The actual title of the news story is Netflix is making a bid to buy Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion. Warner Brothers has accepted that. Now it just has to go through regulation. Now, but the reason Paramount got bumped out and why they're mad about it is because it came to light that not only was Paramount being pushed by the Trump administration, because the people who own it are a bunch of absolute psychopaths who are friends with Trump, but apparently they were also being backed and funded in this particular deal by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, who just bought EA. And so when that news came out, Warner Brothers was like, I don't think we want to get in bed with that. And Paramount said, Netflix must have leaked it.
An unfair bidding process is how they phrased it. And then Paramount immediately, it was reported they were looking to do a hostile bid for Warner Brothers. Like, we'll take it.
Right. Which is not how it works. If you're already being bought by somebody else, you can't get bought again. It's in somebody else's shopping cart. Like, that's not a thing. So, like, good luck, Paramount, I guess. What's really funny about this is whether it goes through or not, it's going to take well over a year to get through regulation, because so when Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard King, it was a big acquisition in the video game space that happened before we started the podcast, but I imagine most people listening to the podcast had at least heard about it at some point. That one was for like, I think it was like $60-something billion, which looks small, I guess, in comparison to this 82.7, but that one was getting fought like really gently by like a handful of gamers online and Sony. This one is for more money, which is already going to get more eyes on it because every regulatory body in the world is going to want a piece of that money. And it's being fought by a lot of actual people in the industry. It's being fought by the other streaming services. It's being fought by Paramount, which means it's also being fought by the American government in the form of President Trump. And it's being fought by, like, was it the WGA? Like, is it the Writers Guild or the Directors Guild or all that shit?
The Writers Guild of America said that this must be blocked. They're very much against it. And the Directors Guild of America have plans to meet with Netflix and kind of be like, what the fuck's going on here? What are you doing? So, yeah, James Cameron and Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan, they're all going to march to the Netflix offices with their magnifying glasses and their detective hats. And they're going to see if they can find anything dirty.
Yeah. Well, and it's so, okay. And they're gonna find something dirty. This is the number one streaming service buying the like number 3 streaming service, and also one of the most historied like film and television production companies in the world. Warner Brothers is a big deal, even if they haven't seen a ton of success lately. Well, up until like this year, maybe last year.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a lot of eyes on it. Everyone knows Netflix. Everybody knows Warner Brothers. These two things coming together, that's huge news, and people are gonna fight it because that's a ridiculous amount of consolidation in the streaming service space, which will give Netflix, who is already on top, way too much of a leg up. I truly think one of the only reasons that Xbox was allowed to buy Activision was because they were perceived as losing. Netflix is the fucking winner, and by a lot. So they're gonna have every weapon in every toolbox to fight it. And I previously had thought like, oh, it'll get through the FTC, the American, FTC very easily because the Trump administration loves buyouts. They love capitalism and consolidation. They love that shit, especially if it leads to layoffs. It's their favorite fucking thing. But now we know that they're best friends with the guys who are saying that this wasn't fair. So I think this might get chopped up. And if it does, it's going to take years of appeals and all this shit, at which point we'll probably have a new administration anyway. And if it doesn't go through by a certain date, and this is my assumption because it was the way that it was with the Activision Blizzard thing. If it doesn't go through by a certain date, then it just fails on principle. And if that happens, apparently Netflix just has to give Warner Brothers $5 billion for their time.
Oh.
So wow. Warner Brothers might come out the other side of this unchanged, except with $5 billion.
Which was their plan all along.
Honestly, if so, I respect the hell out of it. I will say, if this does, if my choice is between Netflix and Paramount, I would pick Netflix 10 out of 10 times. That's not a question. Obviously, I want neither of them to own it. But they did say, almost certainly just to alleviate things, and this is a promise that is not like a thing that they would necessarily be held to prior to, depending on how the like shit with the FTC goes. But they have said already that they would leave Saffron and Gunn in charge of the DC stuff. That they would still put Warner Brothers content into theaters. And something else, but I must not have written that down because it's not in my notes. But so they've said a lot of the right things. Can we hold them to it? Not yet. No. But if a judge tells them they have to, like when Xbox said that they would keep Call of Duty on all platforms, then they literally have to. So
yeah, hopefully.
So would it still be terrible? Yes. Would people still lose their jobs? Yes. Do I want it? No. But at least there's a couple of silver linings that I'm like, okay, shit. Like, at least it's not going to fucking Paramount.
True. There won't be a fear of like censorship of media in that sense.
Right. And it makes sense because Netflix, Stranger Things is ending, and everyone's asking, what's your next big thing? And clearly, what they told their shareholders is Batman.
yeah. What if we did Batman?
What if it's Batman?
They're cooking up 2 Batmans over there.
And truthfully, that probably also means that, like, if they were bought by Netflix, one thing that I feel confident we could guarantee in that is that, like, it wouldn't be the Fox situation where we just don't really get Fox content anymore. Like, they're gonna make all the DC shit. They're gonna keep making Dune and all these other big franchises. Like, they're not gonna stop. It's just probably, will HBO get consolidated into Netflix? Maybe. Probably. Eventually.
I think a big validated fear on the side of the consumer, of which I am one,
as am I,
is let's say, what's the price of Netflix right now?
Too expensive. I want to say it's like $20 or something.
Yeah. So if you're paying $20 for Netflix and then $20 for HBO Max, or let's say you're not even paying the $20 or $15 to $20 for HBO Max. Let's say you only have Netflix. But now Netflix has bought HBO, so they get their whole library and whatever they decide to add to Netflix or keep their other streaming service running. So that means Netflix price is going to go up. Well, you're paying for all this, so Netflix is now $60. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
So Netflix standard with ads is $8 a month. Standard ad free is $17.99 a month, and premium is $25, which apparently makes it 4K. Or something else. I don't really know what premium gets you, but that one is $24. So if they did merge the two, all of those prices would probably
absolutely go
up a lot. Because HBO's already, I think HBO's like $15. So they're gonna raise it by at least, I would assume, 10 in all categories.
I just, No one was asking for this. No one wants this.
Nobody wants it. Well, not nobody. Fucking what's his dick?
Zaslav.
Zaslav. He was asking for it. So, and honestly, what if the deal doesn't go through, and then we just give the $5 billion that Netflix legally has to give Warner Brothers, and we just give that to Zaslav and say, all right, there's your retirement. Fuck off. Goodbye.
No, he'd be like, what if I do this again?
Sayonara, arrivederci. I don't know how old the man is, and I'm sure he wants to be able to say, like, and I saw through this huge acquisition on his resume that he'll take nowhere because he's probably like 60, 70 and looking to retire. So, like, but all of these fucking business guys, that's always the thing that they want to do is they're like, they don't want to pick a successor. They want to pick a buyer. And I don't know, but it's always the case every fucking time.
This is dark. This is grim. I don't like this.
It is the slightly less dark version of the bad shit that was almost inevitable to happen the second Zaslav was like the sole person in charge of the shit. So
we did duck the Paramount thing, but still none of us win here.
No,
this isn't a good thing.
Well, because none of the only people who I think could make an argument for buying something as huge in the streaming and like content creation space as Warner Brothers and it not be like technically a monopoly situation would be Comcast, because I don't think they have a stream. I could be wrong. I don't think they have a streaming service, or Microsoft, because they don't. Those are the only two in the running where it wouldn't be just like, okay, now all of the shit is consolidated into one place. But even in those cases, both of those companies are fucking huge because you would have to be, because apparently Warner Brothers costs $82 fucking billion.
Comcast owns NBC Universal, so they have Peacock.
Oh, okay. Well, Peacock barely counts. Hey, they'll put Batman right next to George Lopez.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess Microsoft is the only one that didn't have a streaming service then. But Netflix obviously being the biggest streaming service, as far as what's it called? A vertical merger, which is when you buy something that's in the exact same column as you. That's the biggest concern. Peacock, Paramount, they're very small. Well, Peacock, very small. Paramount, I think like middling at this point because they bought a lot of other shit recently. So you'd probably have an easier time getting through FTC and shit with those buyers, despite the fact that they're evil. But, and this was the thing that came across with the ABK, the Activision Blizzard merger, was that technically qualified as what was called a horizontal merger because Microsoft is deemed a publisher and not a developer. So when they bought developers, it's like, oh, we're just buying more guys to make shit for us. So that like didn't count, I guess. But this would be like Xbox buying PlayStation because they're both platforms. So it'd be a bigger problem. And the Activision one barely made it through the fucking, I mean, the FTC's gutted at this point, but like they weren't even really the problem. The problem was the fucking British one. The British one held them up for like an extra 8 months, and they're not going to look at this one any lighter. I guarantee that.
Come on, Brits.
Come on, England. It's coming home.
Come on, England.
So here's hoping, honestly, because shit, I wouldn't mind James Gunn getting handed $5 billion and Netflix getting told to kick rocks.
Yeah. Just to recap, things I'm worried about: streaming price increases, which are going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
And getting rid of physical media, which Netflix loves to do. So
right.
That's 1 and 2 as far as being a consumer of it goes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a mess. We're not me and you not coming out the other side of this happy, no matter what.
No, well, I'm never happy. So what's new?
But hey, guys, if you subscribe to the channel and sign up for the Patreon that we don't have, and just give us a bunch of money, then eventually we'll have $82 billion and we can buy Warner Brothers ourselves.
That's what I'm saying.
Any day now, really.
What? You think England's gonna tell us no?
Yeah.
We're just a couple of boys. We're just little boys.
We're just two little boys. They're not gonna be like, you can't have Batman. I'm a little boy. This is my Make-A-Wish. I want to own Batman.
This is 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Where we're like, just help us subscribe to the channel, and then we can own the Game Awards.
Right. Well, we were saying we wanted to vote on the Game Awards, we don't want to own it.
No. We're gonna own it now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jeff. We're coming for you.
And we're just swinging way above our weight class. But you know what? That's how much faith I have in us.
Hell yeah. And if you have that same level of faith, leave a comment saying how much you love us on YouTube and Spotify. And whichever one you're watching this on, go to the other one and subscribe to us too. Again, we are 12 subscribers away from 100 on YouTube, and I really want to see 3 digits before the end of the year. And it's December, so we need that fast. If you want to follow the show, you can do so on Twitter at rsr_pod. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky, which is where I mostly post, at Daniel J. McG.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Skyler8bit.
And until next time, everybody, we'll see you around.
Bye-bye.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels right. Let's play, take a trip back.